real quick, so if you own a pre-2007 Sprinter, so 2006 or before, I want to show you guys where the crankshaft position sensor is. It can be a pain to change out. It doesn't have to be, but I just want to show you guys where it is and how to change it out real quick. Before we do that though, you're actually going to access it from under the vehicle, but I like to open up the hood first because there's just an extra beam of light that comes in and it allows you to see under there a little better. So what you're going to do, you're going to get under the driver's side wheel.
And once you're under the driver's side wheel, I like to orient my left shoulder to the driver's side wheel and my left foot to the passenger side wheel. Once you're under here, you're gonna look up here. Here's like the transmission and then the engine block right there. So you're gonna get up in here. You're gonna have to stick your hand up. Once you get up in there, this thing right here, that's the crankshaft position sensor. All right, a lot of times with these old Sprinters, they get stuck, and these things are plastic and they can break. So when you're taking them out, be very liberal with whatever lubricant, oil-based lubricant that you have, and or like PB Blaster or something like that, and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with like a wrench, ever slow slightly. This is a connector, the electrical connector. You're gonna have to take this electrical connector off of this thing. Sometimes it can be a pain, depending on the last time it was changed out. So it's gonna be oriented on top of it this way. And you're gonna have to reach behind it, press this clip, and then pull up. A lot of times what I like to do is I like to take the connector, push down while simultaneously pressing on this clip. So push down, press on the clip, squeeze the clip, and then pull upwards. It should come right off. And then just stow that to the side or whatever. And then you can start carefully working on this. Do not be rough with this thing because it can break, and if it breaks inside of this block, you're in for a lot of money to try to get it out. One thing I didn't know, so this is the new one. I took my old one out. One thing I didn't know was that putting it in is going to be as hard as taking it out. So I can see why a lot of people would just want to go to the mechanic to do it, but honestly, I like doing stuff myself. I just don't like spending extra money if I don't have to. And plus, we're in quarantine right now, so we don't have anywhere to go anyways. So if you can take it out yourself, definitely. If not, then I completely understand, but at least you know where it is and what it is. So yeah, just ever so slightly wiggle left and right, left and right. You don't want to turn it in one direction because you can have a chance of breaking it. Wiggle, 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 and then you'll see it break free, and then you can just start wiggling, 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 wiggling until it just pulls out, and then you should be good. When putting the new one in, sometimes it's going to be a super tight fit, right? Like I said, it's as hard as taking it out, taking the old one out. A lot of times what happens is with the old one, I guess there's a lot of carbon buildup or oil or whatever that might have been caked up inside of the block from the old one. Maybe broken off pieces or whatever have you. So what you'd like to do is once you take out that old one, clean out the inside of this. It's going to be a hole. Clean out the inside with like a wire brush or something. That way it's free of debris and whatever might be stuck up in there. And then you can take some sandpaper and sand around the shaft, not the tip, which goes in, not the tip that touches the bottom of the surface, you'll see it, but the shaft of this sensor. Take some sandpaper and sand it down so it's not as a tight fit, and then lube it up with some anti-seize and you'll be good to go.